avoid legal status by telling people they're being recorded. So more privacy info. You're being recorded.
More privacy info. What was that?
There's like a little section like more privacy info. Click here, but I didn't click here.
Like we'll never know what that info is until we click there next time. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll click on it and then let you know what that information is about.
But right before this, I was having a bone to pick with Angel. You want to know what the bone is? We'll tell you after the intro. Roll it. So this dude.
Welcome back. Let them know what I did, sorry. Let them know.
You know when you have plans with people, you usually try to stick to said plans.
Definitely. Who wouldn't stick to a freaking plan? Come on.
If you don't, you feel forgotten about. And nobody likes feeling forgotten about. So there I was, waiting to record this beautiful podcast for you, our beautiful listeners. I don't know why I said beautiful there twice. It was kind of weird. But and I'm sitting on my computer. Where's Angel? Where is Angel?
Where is Angel?
Where's Angel? Angel didn't show up to the podcast.
No way.
So this is Talkmen Tuesday, coming at you on a Tuesday.
How could he do that?
Rumor is he just was a little too drunk from 4th of July.
Well,
still recovering into the PM of Monday.
Definitely the case. He must be too drunk. I literally got on my laptop like around 8:40, and then I'm just like puzzled. I'm like, I feel like I need to be doing something. I open my laptop up and I see like the Skype button. I'm like, oh, today's Monday. I should probably see Sawyer's up. You up? Nope, he's not up. 40 minutes later, of course, it's not up.
Yeah. Hey, you still want to do this? No. I am nobody's second choice. And sure, you might say, hey, Sawyer, why didn't you just message him? Because I play hard to get, people, okay? It's how I roll. I just figured you were, like, working, like, later at the store or something. Mm-hmm. I figured, like, things are getting hectic.
I actually was. We had a truckload from Indy to come in, and our regular shipment comes Tuesday, so we had to make sure 2 or 3 pallets were empty for today's shipment, and we had to move some things around. And yeah, time flew by. But yeah, if you would have texted me, I would have dropped everything and gone to the podcast.
You could say that now. No, I'm kidding. We are all good. Important thing is we are keeping the streak alive and doing it now. We got to be coming up close to our 1 year mark, aren't we?
I want to say so. We're more than halfway through.
Yeah. I feel like we started like October or something like that of last year.
That sounds about right. But yeah, it's crazy to think about how many episodes have gone through this podcast and how time has flown by.
Yeah.
Like, looking back at it, we're like, we really did that many episodes, but then like now doing it, it's like so quick.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't mean to toot our own horns or anything like that, but I feel like we've gotten better at this. Just Definitely. Wait. At the end of the year, we're going to be professionals. Not that we aren't now, but.
I was always surprised at when we were looking at podcast names that most podcasts has like 1 to 5 episodes and then they were done. And they took the freaking name. So
there's no commitment with those people. No commitment at all.
We've at least gone past the 1 to 5 episodes podcast, so that's good. Mm-hmm. And I think we definitely gotten better at it. And yeah, I think podcast audio is definitely getting like more attention. Mm-hmm. I figured to at least like get into it somehow and practice it because I need to know my audio ways. Look at Joe Rogan. He's been in it 10 years and he got that. I forgot how much money he got for going exclusively on Spotify. Mm-hmm. It's just insane.
That's going to be us one day.
Oh, But then they said, some reports were saying how much Spotify gained because of it on their stock price. So it was definitely worth it for Spotify, and Joe Rogan, I don't think he's complaining at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're both pretty happy with how the deals turned out so far, at least.
Talking about deals, have you seen who everybody's talking about these days? The deal of the century, the deal of all sports deals.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
He's not your homie. He's my homie.
That is insane.
A $500 million.
His dad was a baseball player, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
they like this is me going off a straight picture. I forgot what Instagram account, but they were like, during his father's baseball season, he earned I think 2.3 million over his 10-year career. And yeah, Pat Mahomes 10-year deal.
Yeah. Kind of broke that a little bit.
Of just straight football.
Yeah.
Straight football. I
Well,
can only imagine.
and he was trying to, I think he was the quarterback that was also going to be, he was debating between going to the MLB or the NFL too. So he's so great at good sports. I think the Athletics drafted him initially. So he was going to be going to Oakland, if I'm remembering the correct person.
Mm.
But I saw something that broke down Patrick Mahomes' deal, and it was like, broke it down to, so this is his 10-year, this is what it would be for 1 year, a month, a week, a day, and he makes $8 a minute. $8 a minute. Like,
That's
what the heck?
insane.
I want to look this up because it's like,
And he was already at the gym at 7 in the morning today. And he's like, I gotta get more rings. $8 a second or a minute?
I think it was a minute.
A minute.
Okay, so let's see. 10 years, 503 million. 10 years. So 503 million divided by 10 is 50 million per year. 50 million per year. So then divided by 365, that's $137,808 per year. And then that divided by, so 365 divided by 60, 2,296 per hour, $38 per minute.
It's pretty impressive.
I think I did that math right. Whatever. But it's just like crazy money. Like what do you do with that? I mean, there's a lot more rich people out there in the world, but just to think like sports wise.
And back in the day, back when I was a kid, no, back in the real like old days, some professional athletes had to like work a full-time job when the season wasn't like going because they didn't earn that much money.
Mm-hmm.
But now with with television and media, they get paid.
Yeah. Oh, they get paid. Oh yeah, all the sponsorship deals and all that stuff.
Now I wonder why weren't they getting paid back in the day? Were they just like sports not famous? Weren't they like not making enough money or what's up?
I'm not sure what it probably was. I mean,
For them
I'd
to
say
to have like a full-time job when the season wasn't on, just like
yeah, I'm guessing people just like didn't expect it to go where it went because like the reason why is because like they can sell the tickets. Maybe there weren't as many seats in the stadiums or something, or maybe like the different sponsors like Miller Lite, the beer, the Chicago Bears, like that probably wasn't a thing because then the Bears can use that money to get better players and all that stuff too. So
more advertising and marketing go into sports. That makes sense.
yeah,
And more money. Definitely brands invest a lot more money in sports. And who doesn't love live sports?
and two, I mean, I'm guessing the price, like the inflation and all of that stuff. So maybe like the dollar definitely went farther back then. So like the deals didn't have to be as crazy because things weren't as crazy priced too.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's simple macroeconomics if you think about it. No, I'm kidding. I don't even know
Yeah.
if it's
Yeah.
macro or micro. It's one of the two.
Oh, like NBA is restarting, MLS is restarting, but even like a Texas the MLS soccer team, um I think like 6 or 7 players got tested positive, and like
Mm.
one coach, so they're like, we're pulling out of the tournament because we don't have enough players. Oh, but soccer is now going to allow in the European leagues to have 5 substitutes per game. It's used to be
Used to
only
be
three.
three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully that boosts up like speed and like more action during the game. I'm wondering if that will change. Will that be permanent or not to
I
make
mean,
it like
I'm
action?
I feel like a good piece about that too is it's going to give more players the opportunity to like have a shot. Because before then, if you're not in the starting 11,
Hmm.
then you had to be in the starting 14. Because if you weren't that, then you were kind of screwed.
Mm. And I think the NBA has done a good job at like literally changing the game to make it more like I'm not sure if it's like uh fun to watch. So I wonder like if other sports are gonna take notes because I feel like NBA is the top league of like the world.
I feel like the NBA also gets so much slack because they do just go for the entertainment factor, and they're like the players don't even actually try to play until they talk about the playoffs
Uh-huh.
because it's like there's things like they never play defense. There's like so many videos on YouTube where it's like the scores just get ridiculous because nobody's playing any defense anymore. Just
Uh-huh.
because you don't want to get hurt, because if you get hurt, then like there can go your contract, there can go your
Uh
career, and so yeah, like,
uh
you have to pace yourself out strategically.
Now wondering why isn't the NFL the top league, but then again, NFL wears helmets, so the NFL players aren't as famous as basketball players.
Yeah, that's true. There's only like a handful of NFL players that you see them, you're like, oh yeah, I know you. Like if you aren't one of the big names, just because exactly like you said, you don't
And,
know what the people look like.
and unless you're the quarterback, it's like,
Yeah,
you're part of the team.
yeah. It's like the quarterback of every team is known, but like, what if you're a linebacker or a defensive
What is that?
lineman? Like, yeah, exactly. What is that, and who are you?
I play in the offense. What?
Yeah. But no matter what they play, they can still beat me up. So respect. I will
Definitely.
stay on all of their good sides.
How much? How many switches can hockey do? Is or just like is there no limit?
There's line changes. I don't think there's a limit to the line change, but I think like you have to switch out. Like there's 3 lines, and like I think you have to switch out each group at the same time.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So I don't think there's a limit on how many times your group can get in,
Uh-huh.
but at the same time, since there's only 3 lines, like you have to like pace it if you're the coach because if your best line's out there and they're just getting tired, you can't
Mm.
just have them come out for 5 seconds and then go back in. So
Mm. Yeah, because I don't know. I always found it fascinating in hockey, but I never would see it in like social media.
yeah,
And I'm like, why? And then somebody explained to me how, um, basically baseball and hockey, they would like limit your social media footage. So basically, the rights of hockey and baseball are very limited for other
yeah,
people to like post it on their own. Money wise, it's more beneficial towards the leagues,
hmm,
but in the short term at least, because in the
yeah.
short term they get more money, but in the long term, people if they don't see hockey at as much in social media, then they lose interest.
I
Because
know with soccer, there's some YouTube. There was a YouTube channel that I follow that they always just like reposted basically I think like the Canadian version of ESPN, their top 10 list on YouTube. And
mm,
every time a soccer highlight came on, they had to blur it out because they didn't have the rights to that footage.
oh,
Yeah.
damn, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Hmm. All right, let's say top league. What would you say, NBA of
For
the
the
world?
US or for the world?
Ooh,
Because I say if you're talking the world, it's got to be soccer. I feel like soccer is just internationally
uh-huh.
like the favorite.
Uh-huh. I would I would say soccer in general would be, but I don't think there's a league that compares to the NBA in terms of like how much attention it has. Because like that's undeniably like the best basketball league in the world. But with soccer, there's so many different leagues that they're really close in comparison. That's like debatable which one's the best league. In my opinion, watch some soccer fan and be like, "No, this is the best league ever."
I pulled up the most popular sports in the world based off of fan base.
Uh-huh.
Guess what the top three are. Like
Uh,
if you had to guess. I know we've been
so,
doing it, but
soccer, cricket, uh, basketball.
so soccer and cricket are the top two. So soccer has 4 billion fans.
Huh.
Cricket has 2.5 billion fans. Then it's field hockey
Huh.
with 2 billion. Then tennis with 1 billion. Volleyball 900 million. Table tennis 875 million. Basketball 825 million. Baseball 500 million.
Ooh.
Like, let me see if. No, if football didn't even make the top 10 because then it goes to rugby and golf.
Yeah, they've tried to play football outside of the U.S., but it doesn't work out.
Yeah, they have a Canadian football league, but it's just not as popular.
Huh. Huh. I don't know why I didn't see table tennis. So now we see like
Uh,
those recaps. Table
but
tennis
it's
is
like,
intense.
hmm,
Table tennis is intense when like you see the recaps of like the championship. I'm like, I cannot hit it that hard.
and like the ball's going so quick, and their reflexes are on point, and they have to be. I mean, you got to be on it.
Hmm. Okay. Huh. Oh, talking about sports, I bought more sports cards, and I might be getting my uncle into sports cards.
Oh no, you are spreading the addiction.
Yes, it's basically an addiction.
Or I guess I'll say the
I,
hobby. Addiction, I feel like addiction was such like a negative word. I didn't
mm,
mean it like that. You're spreading the hobby.
right. He wait, Luka Modric. He won the Golden Ball last 2018. First person to break the competitiveness of Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi.
Oh,
So Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo have been winning the Golden Ball since like 2008, I want to say. So for like 10 years straight, the best player of the world was either Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo until 2018, in which
Luca.
Modric, yeah,
What
took
team
it.
is he on?
Real Madrid.
Oh, okay. So still one of the big names. I was
Yeah.
hoping it would be like the Spurs or something like that.
Uh, MLS is getting up there with their league, but um, we'll see where it goes. But yeah, his was $10.
How
And
much
I'm
can
like,
you sell that for?
right now, probably $10.
But I only bought it for 10.
But the goal is once more people get into the hobby, it goes up, and they're like, uh, a new player, up and coming player, his rookie card, which they're saying he's a really young Barcelona fan, a Barcelona player, Ansu Fati. His rookie is going for like $80. But then you see somebody like Zion William, in which people are going for basketball cards. His rookie is going for like I don't even know. I can't even say like his raw rookie card what it's going for, but his graded rookie card is probably going for like 1,800 or like 800 1,000. Yeah, which like some things don't make sense. How can like an up and coming soccer player, rookie has only played for like 2 years in the first division league be worth 70 $80, and somebody who's won the freaking golden ball, Balón de Oro, $10. That's why like I'm like
Yeah.
they're
And like I
talking
would be like, it's the the fan base. But no, soccer is the most popular sport in the world, as we just talked about. That's
But
not it.
I don't think there's that much interest in soccer sports cards just yet.
Yeah.
But you're seeing the trend with basketball cards, how they're going up. So once again, Gary was like soccer and like wrestling cards are underpriced, and like Messi cards, because it's a Maradona card. You know Diego Maradona, right? No. Aha. He's basically the Messi of his generation.
Okay.
Of like the 80s and 90s, he dominated. He actually never won a golden ball because it wasn't until 1995 that only Europeans could win the golden ball.
Huh. So
And
he wasn't even eligible for it?
yep, yep.
Interesting.
Or else they would have said he would have won it every year. And he like there was no other player who would challenge him like Messi and Cristiano. So it was just him dominating. So like arguably the best player in the world. The list goes like from Pelé, which was like in the 60s or something like that. Maradona, which was like in the 80s, the 80s, and then 90s and like 2000s, players here and there. There wasn't like one sticking out.
Yeah.
Then 2010 came, 2010 to 2020. Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi dominating. And Cristiano Ronaldo's 35, still breaking records. Messi's 33, also still breaking records, and who knows when they're gonna slow down.
Yeah, I saw a post somewhere, and it had Ronaldo's picture, and I think Messi was next to him, but it had their ages, and it said end of an era is coming up, just because it had their ages. Wait, how old did you say Ronaldo was?
35.
35? For some reason, I thought it said like he was like 39 or something, but I'm like, he doesn't not look 39.
Yeah.
But how old do soccer players usually get to before it's like they're out of their peak or whatever?
Usually, I want to say their peak's like 27, 28. Most people retire around like, or like go to like a not as competitive league by like 35, 36. And then I want to say for sure retire by 40.
Well, hey, if Cristiano wants to come over to the Chicago Fire, I'll take him. They would have to pay a lot of money.
Beckham got a sports team, Miami, a soccer sports team.
Oh, the LA Galaxy?
No,
Oh.
a new one in Miami. I don't know if it's Miami or Florida, but yeah, he somehow made it in one of his contracts that he could buy a sports team if he played in the U.S. And apparently something along the lines of Wayne Rooney also had that option to buy a sports team if he played over here.
That would be an awesome deal. You got your own sports team. But there's probably so much more work that goes into it than just like, I'm a sports owner. Like you probably have a lot of that back end work that goes into it with like coaching decisions and general manager decisions and all that stuff.
And then like the rise of football in the U.S., like, trying to make it bigger and like more attraction, more ticket sales.
Yeah.
I guess it does help that we have the best women in the world in our soccer team.
Oh, we dominate. Absolutely dominate.
What is it for World Cup? World Cup wins. So we've won the World Cup, and I think the guys haven't even gotten to past the round of 16.
Yeah, the guys, it's kind of sad. We don't talk about the guys. But I still remember watching the Girls World Cup team when they were playing. I want to say I think it was Japan in the finals, and they lost, and like they were supposed to just destroy them, but like they couldn't get anything clicking. But like that was like the 1 year because it was like they won that, and then they lost, and it was like win-win. And so I remember watching that because I was watching it with my buddy who was a big soccer fan. And he was just like, "What is happening?" Like just yelling at the TV, and I'm like, "I don't know what's happening, but go US."
That was probably 2011, wasn't it? No,
I don't know.
Because I think I still remember that. That's like when they lost. I'm like, yeah. It's like, what are you guys doing? Like, you're supposed to win. It's a women's soccer team, the U.S. women's soccer team. You guys have stars on your jerseys, which means you guys are the best in the world.
Yeah, let's see. The U.S. beat Netherlands. They beat Japan, and they lost to Japan 2011. Yep. But then we beat them the next year 5-2. So what Japan? But all of our Japanese listeners, good game. We're 1-1.
Good game.
We'll see you next year. Or I guess not next year. What's the next one? 2023 if it was 2019. 2011. 2015, 2019. Yeah, 2023. So we'll see you in 3 years.
Ooh. Oh. Are you excited about your bachelor party coming up?
Oh, I am pumped. I'm actually getting on a Skype call after this with Charlie to talk about like final itinerary checklist stuff. So,
ooh, I feel like I need to talk to him and be like, dude, can you give me a cigar and I'll Venmo you the money? Because I don't know any cigar shops.
I'm sure we'll be able to like to stop someplace or something.
Ah, that's so smart.
We're all gonna be in a car together. So.
There we go. This is why you're the one that doesn't think it. I was like, I don't know.
But I have to give a shout out to somebody that's a podcast listener who messaged me, Purple People Eater, and won the $3 from last week's competition.
Who was it?
My future brother-in-law, who will be at the bachelor party. He got it. So he texted me and he just said Purple People Eater. I think that's right. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he goes, hey, you told me or you said to message after if somebody heard it. And I'm like, oh yeah. So I Venmoed him the money.
It's so cool. So now we know somebody actually listens halfway through the podcast.
Yeah. Shout out, Clint. Well, that's what we can do for the 7-hour drive down. Just listen to our podcast the entire time in the car. I'm sure everybody would love that. I cannot think of a more cringy type of like drive to have. And we can commentate over our podcast too. Oh, it'd be great.
Yeah. Can you try to explain to somebody like our podcast? How do you explain somebody our podcast? Like,
it's two guys talking about entertainment that don't know entertainment. Come on, Angel. We practiced this before. We practiced for this very moment.
And well, if you would be like, so you guys literally just talk about entertainment, and like, yeah, that's what we do.
I had to explain it to Candace's parents, and I basically just said, yeah, we just kind of talk about whatever's on our mind. Like, usually, I said, usually it's about like new things that have happened that week, but since quarantine, nothing really new's been happening, so we just kind of talk.
Did I tell you my friend went to Turkey?
Oh, your friend who's teaching English?
Yeah.
So she's officially gone?
She won't leave until August, but she left this city, Urbana-Champaign, because leases or whatnot. Mm-hmm. So she had a month with her parents, and funny thing was that her parents were like, this is your month. We're going to spend as much time as possible with you. And she's like, I don't know how to break it to them, but like, I have friends I want to visit.
Well, that's what they say. You say, hey, I want to hang out with my friends today. No.
Yeah, it's like, I want to visit them, and they're in different like states and cities. And like, I'm not going to spend every single second with our family.
That would be so tough. Like, you go into a new country. Like, I mean, you don't know anything over there.
And she didn't even have her work visa ready, but she also said that it was the company's they had to get through that. It wasn't like on her. So she was just worried about that because like, yeah, I just don't have a work visa, but like it's not on me, it's on them. I'm just hoping that they get it done, and they're saying that like everything's closed, which is why they haven't gotten it done yet.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. That doesn't make the transition any easier though. No, it's
Mhm.
all closed. Like we'll keep working on it. Like, could you work a little quicker? We're kind of getting close to a deadline now.
Oh, and good call on moving the bachelor party to a new location. Did you see Nashville bars were closed?
No, are they really?
Nashville downtown. Oh, headline reading again. I did not read the article.
Oh my goodness. Two guys talking about news that don't know news.
This is literally headline reading. It said, this is I'm going straight for the headline. I don't even know what article it was. But I was like, oh, this is from somebody from Nashville. It must be reliable. But it said the downtown was where most like where the virus would always check back to. And so
Yeah.
the governor said they wanted to close down the bars sections because well, it's downtown. It's downtown. So
Yeah.
closed environment, people are together, drinking, probably bumping and trying to get through one another. So very close mates, which makes sense.
Yeah, there's no way to really, I guess, police that. Like, if people are going into the bars, like they're gonna do what they do.
Like
Like,
there's no social distancing while drinking at a bar.
yeah, no, exactly. Which is part of the reason why Charlie and I thought it was a better idea to do this, and so happy that we made that decision. That would be so boring if we went there and we're just like, well, now what?
Well, it kind of happened with Maddie's wedding. Yeah, it was like right before the whole no, yeah. Um, it happened during the first week of lockdown. Bars and restaurants started closing, so her venue was like, "Sorry, but we're closed." And then
I wouldn't know what to do. Oh my gosh.
And then restaurants, I mean hotels were also closing. So they're like, here's your reservation back. And then airlines were still open, but they're like, we understand if you want a refund. We'll give you an extended time to submit the refund process. And yeah. And so I got my refund there. Or they didn't do a refund, they did credit towards your next flight. So yeah, that works out. Hopefully I'll probably fly to visit her before those credit goes up.
Yeah.
You know what? I need to figure out how much time I have because I'm not a freaking flyer on an airline.
Yeah, I'm so bad at that. Candace always handles all that stuff for us.
And I almost forgot my car reservation. I was like, my confirmation. She's like, why'd you delete the email? I'm like, well, I figured they sent me a new one like days before, but I still haven't gotten it. So I literally had to wait days before. So then they sent me the confirmation, and I was like, I need to cancel this. So they gave me the refund back.
Lucky on that.
Or else I would have been like, I don't know what car company I use. Hoping it's not Hertz because they went bankrupt.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully. Or I guess that'd be an easy way to get your thing back without having to pay. Or I guess no, you wouldn't have gotten your refund back. So never mind. Good thing it wasn't Hertz. Wow. Good thing it wasn't Hertz.
Yeah. But I heard they're selling their cars for cheap. So.
Yeah, I guess if a car rental place goes out of business, they still have all those cars, and so those cars have to go somewhere.
To the highest bidder.
Yeah. I'd be curious if like another car company would just buy them, like buy all the cars. These are the questions that we need answers to. So if anybody is in the car rental business and our listeners, let us know.
Gordman actually went bankrupt as well, and a lot of clothing companies, basically like a holding company of clothing companies. One of the like major shareholder sold their stock, and I want to say he owned like 30 or 40%. And after he sold his, everyone else followed, and
oh no,
they had bankrupt. Yeah, and we have a customer go to our store, and he's like a manager, like manages different stores in the region. He's like, Yeah, I'm out of a job. Now I gotta look for one. And luckily he got one at Lowe's as a district manager.
Oh, nice.
So he definitely got a pay cut from what he was earning, but he's like, it's something, and I'm closer to home. And well, I think uh, he said he was earning six figures with Gordman's. He's not gonna do that there, but it's still good pay.
Yeah.
And so, and his wife works for the university, so they're
Oh,
pretty set.
yeah. Well, and Lowe's beat Home Depot for the first time in a very long time in sales recently. So Lowe's isn't a bad company to be working with.
And that's what I was thinking. Like people are home, they're probably looking for projects to do
Mm-hmm.
because they literally can't go out. So play house building, or I know somebody from CrossFit who has kids. Yeah, like we've been cooking a lot because their kids wants to do something. It's like, let's make ice cream, let's make Rice Krispies, and they're like, yeah,
Okay.
why not?
Let's go for
And he was
it.
saying like once you have kids, you just start eating like crap.
Hey, I don't need to have kids to already start doing that.
Because like they just want a snack, and you're like,
Just sugary stuff.
they want to eat chicken nuggets, and you're like, I'll have a chicken nugget too.
One for you, one for me, one for you.
You want McDonald's? I want McDonald's too.
Yeah, they're not going to tell you they want something healthy.
Yeah. I'm like, let them enjoy it while they can, because then later on their stomach's not going to process it as easily.
Mm.
Ah,
Oh, kids these days.
it's like it's so good eating it, but then like moments after you're like, uh...
What did I do to my body?
It's funny how when I work out during the week, it makes me eat healthy because I know I'm not gonna feel like crap after like if I eat junk food.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the next day or like the day I'm working out, I'm like, why did I eat that? Like I don't have the energy. Like I already struggle with a CrossFit workout as it is, but now I could blame the food. And then if I ever like, I don't know, like I, it's intentional or like I burp and I think I just smell what I ate, like like
Oh.
that food. But I feel like I doubt it's the actual food, but it's just like my head thinking about it.
I did not need that. I guess that. Oh, I was gonna say visual. That was it wasn't a visual, but that
I didn't.
experience. Because then I could feel it on my end.
I didn't be descriptive as possible. So I actually worked out this morning, 5:30, and yesterday I did not work out. Are you guys? Have you guys been looking at a new gym? Know what gym you guys can go into, or no?
I think it's an export. I think it exports the only one by us now.
Is it gym or classes?
Gym. I don't like doing the classes. I'm
You
kind of
like?
like, yeah, I'm like, if I want to work out, I want to work out what I want to work out. I don't want to be told what to do.
Uh,
Because it's like,
really?
yeah, because I'm like, what if I'm not feeling arms and I'm feeling legs, but it's arm day for the class? Like, do I just skip altogether? Like,
Uh,
mm.
I'm the complete opposite. I like being told what to do. I like telling what to do. I'm too sleepy to think right now.
Yeah, I know some people love it and they see that as motivation, but like, I just like to put on my headphones, get in the zone, and then just pump out curls, about 50 on each.
50 pounds or 50 reps or both.
Both.
Because when I would work out by myself, I would run, and then I'm like, 1 mile, I think I'm good. I feel like I feel tired. Time to start walking back. Or you pass by a busy intersection, time to start running. You get past that busy intersection. Whoo!
We're good. What a workout. All right. Chinese food tonight.
But with CrossFit, you're like 15, 20 minutes to work out. People are sweating, huffing and puffing. And you got like the guy next to you who's doing the same weight as you, beating you, and you're like, I gotta keep it at least to him. And then like somebody else is catching up. You're like, I like that competitiveness in me. I'm like, I need to beat somebody. At least try to, without messing up my form. Because if I mess up my form, the
It's
next day's
all
gonna be
shot.
the
Yeah.
next day's gonna be really bad. And so that's the other thing. Try to get the way I can actually do rather than like go that competitiveness.
Yeah.
That's just bad fruit myself.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Remember when we used to do not CrossFit workouts, but
Insanity.
yeah.
I was actually talking to my mom about that the other day because they're doing Beachbody workout.
Uh-huh.
And so I was like, yeah, is that kind of like Insanity or I said another one, but I was like, yeah, me and Angel used to do that. And it was fun because like we would just get up early, we would go down to the basement and at the fraternity we would just do these workouts. What we did it at like 5 a.m. or something. Like we did like ridiculously early.
Yeah. Why didn't we do it that early?
I feel like because we wanted to just crank it out. Because I feel like what I did was I feel like I worked out, I went up, I took a cold shower, and then I went back to bed.
Huh.
I think that's what I did. I think maybe like one of us had early classes or something. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is I will never work out at 5 a.m. again.
I'm currently working out
Unlike you.
at 5:30. It gets out of the day, and I'm like, ah. And my nephew has soccer practice around 5:36, and so and he wants to go pro. So I'm like, yeah, go for it. Yeah. So I'm like, you gotta put in the work, and we'll see how it goes.
Who knows? You might buy in his card one day. Or I mean, I would hope he would just give you a card. I don't think he would have to make you buy his card.
My other cousin, he also wants to be a pro soccer player, and I was like, who's the best soccer player you know? And he said like his name.
There we go. That's the confidence.
Oh yeah, I like the confidence. Now back it up with those actions.
Yeah. You are really walking the walk right now, but you're gonna need to do a little more than that.
They're both really good for their age and for their city. But I'm like, you want to go pro, you're competing against the world.
Yeah.
So, good job for now, but keep it up.
Yeah. How many cities are there around the world? How many soccer players are there? Like, you need to be at the top 0.5% of everybody.
And that's why I like pushing both of them together, because then like they really can't compare themselves to other high school kids who are just doing it for like as a hobby or whatnot, or like decide not to play this like one game or whatnot. Mm-hmm. It's like, dude, if you're trying to like get paid for this, just know it's like a different work ethic.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We'll see what happens. I know for sure they'll at least get college scholarships for it. And then we'll see from there.
Yeah, I mean, step one is getting a scholarship somewhere.
Mm.
I know, like, some college places, too, like, they don't even go to... I mean, some soccer players don't even go to college. Some, like, just stick within, like, the clubs and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like if your goal is to get in the pros, and there's a club that looks after some certain league or something like that, and you get into that league... I don't know, you're kind of skipping a step. I don't know. This is coming from a guy that knows nothing about how soccer recruitment goes. So,
if their goal is to go pro, that'd probably be the best bet because they'll get more practice from that than having to be a student as well as an athlete. Mostly athlete student.
Yeah, because like you said, I mean, they're in their primes around like the mid-20s, and so, well, you leave college at like 21, 22.
Yeah. That young player from Barcelona is, I want to say 17.
What was I doing when I was 17? Still in braces.
I like, that is just insane to be at the top at division, like the first division. Yeah, it's like how the NBA terms, like those when you could go straight from high school to pro. It's like that, but even younger. And like if you're basically at the top of your game, first division. Yeah, it's just insane. It's mind blowing.
I would say that would be the life, but that's not my life. So,
Yeah.
I don't like running, so I could never do that.
My cousin has a friend who doesn't like running, and the coach has told him you got to run more, like to actually like be in the games. And so yeah, his friend stopped going to practices.
Because he didn't want to keep running.
Yeah.
That is funny.
And my cousin called him out. I was like, yeah, he's just lazy. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
you're not making it.
yeah. It's like, I guess, yeah. What can you do?
Run more. That's what you can do.
That's why it was defense. Defense, you don't run as much. You just gotta make sure you could block attackers, and if you can read them well, you could block them. Just get them a little like overconfident in themselves, and have them like push the ball way too forward for them, and just step in.
Yeah, what's it called? The pursuit angle. That's what it's all about on defense.
Mm-hmm. So
we could be coaches. Easy.
I mean, they're definitely for moral support. I'm like, you got this. Come on.
I was gonna say you're gonna be the one that actually has the knowledge, and I was gonna be the one for moral support. We can't have two moral support coaches. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I want the knowledge. I would go on YouTube something, and then go for it. But looking back at it, my high school coach had one of the students basically run the practices.
Yeah.
One of the students was an actual club team player, and he was actually going to college to play soccer. He was like in varsity freshman year, very tall guy. And so yeah, he basically asked him like, "What would you do in clubs?" and like do that. And we're like, okay.
How tall is like a normal soccer player?
I'm gonna Google this right now.
Is it like a thing? Because I mean, obviously basketball is taller. Football is like taller and bigger. I feel like if I think of soccer, I think of like average height or short and quick. Unless you're a defender. Defenders are usually taller.
182 centimeters.
Oh, easy. Okay. I was right.
I was like, what is that?
182 centimeters in feet.
5.9. 5.9.
You answered that so quick. 5.9. 5.9.
5.9. 5.9.
5.9. I'd be a giant troll then.
But the best player in the world is 5'7".
Who?
Messi.
Could also be Ronaldo.
No.
Could also be Luca. I'm sorry. Last time I checked, there are 3 Golden Ball winners in the last 3 years. So throw some respect on his name.
Nobody has ever won 6 Golden Balls.
Are they both at 5?
Huh?
Or Messi and Ronaldo at 5 each? Because that would be cool.
Shoot, nobody else but Messi. Messi has got 6. Cristiano has 5. And after them, it's like 3 people have gotten 3. So that's like years back.
Luca's got 1. Shout out Luca.
And yeah, Maradona would probably been up there, but we would never know.
Yeah.
I guess Pelé would also been up there, but we would never know.
Have you seen the Pelé documentary on Netflix?
No.
That is good. It is good. It's all about his soccer style.
Okay, give me the quick run through without spoiling it.
So he's growing up, likes to play soccer. Soccer is super fun, but he likes to the village that he grew up in. It was all about having like the tricks, doing rainbows and all of that stuff. But if you wanted to be an elite soccer player, you didn't do that. You just did like the simple passing and like through balls and running. You didn't do any of the fancy stuff. And so when he like got noticed, he tried to play it just like the traditional soccer way, and he just wasn't any good at it. And so then he became himself and started doing his fancy stuff and just started like taking the world by storm that way. And so it's all about his like conflict. Do I play the way that they want me to play? Do I play my way? So I guess you don't really need to see it anymore because that's the
basically the run through.
But I won't spoil it and tell you how it worked out for him.
He didn't just become the best player, and the one of the best. He is probably the GOAT in his day. Him, Pelé, Maradona are like they're always top two in of all time. But now with Cristiano and Messi, they just both of them have just been like bunked up to like third and fourth.
Yeah, which is like dang it.
That's just insane. It kind of sucks for all the rest of the players because the rest of the players are like
just no good. Shot.
Yeah. Like one of the Messi's teammates moved to another club team because he wanted to be the superstar. You know Neymar?
Yeah.
No, yeah. So he wanted to be the superstar, but he knew he could never be the top notch, like top dog superstar in Barcelona because Messi's there. Mm-hmm. And so he went to Paris, but unfortunately for him, Prodigy.
Yeah, another person came in.
And he's still not top dog there, even though the other guy's younger. I guess the other guy has more potential, and so the other guy has a spotlight there too, Mbappe. And so somebody was like, "Yeah, if Messi wasn't around, Neymar would be like the best player in the world." But like, it's Messi's world right now.
Yeah, that's his team.
Yo. He's 33 though. He's still,
And he just lost a year because of COVID. Thanks, COVID. Taking the prime out of us.
Now they're playing though. They've been playing for like a couple weeks now. No, maybe 1 or 2 weeks. But we'll see what happens.
But it's not enough.
Yeah. 33. You only have like at max, I don't know, 7 years? I would say.
Hopefully 40.
I don't think he could keep that up in that Spanish league though. He might have to like after 4 or 5 go to like MLS, go to the United States.
I don't think he'll ever come to the US.
Look at Wayne Rooney, Henry, Beckham, Ibrahimovic,
Schweinsteiger.
I don't know who he is.
Come on, he's my favorite player. His last name literally means pig farmer in German.
Sorry.
It's okay. I don't Me and him forgive you.
I don't know that much about soccer players unless they're like, I don't know.
I'm sorry. Is having a World Cup title not good enough for you?
Does he have a World Cup title?
Yeah, he has a World Cup title. Yeah. The German national team when they just wrecked everybody. And then Gotti came in with I think it was the added time winner. Come on, Angel.
I always like going back to that World Cup game of Brazil and Germany, 7-1. So, yeah.
I didn't realize that.
I think it was this past World Cup, 2018. The World Cup was held in Brazil. I think it was the quarterfinals. Germany scores early, I think in minute like 7 or something. And then they're both pretty good, both sides, both attacking. And then out of nowhere, Germany scores again, minute 22. Minute 24 scores again. Minute 26 scores another time. It's like 4-0. Brazilians are crying.
I was gonna say everybody in Brazil is probably like, "What the heck is happening?"
They're in tears. They're like, it's soccer. Like 2-0 is usually like good.
Yeah.
Right now it's 4-0, and they're 1/4 of the way in. Like in their home country. Like seeing the Brazilians after the game was over, they're in tears.
Well, imagine how much they paid for those seats too.
That always gives me shivers, like goosebumps of just like 7-1. I think they scored probably 3 or 4 goals in 15 minutes, and that's like unheard of in the world, in soccer in general. Unless it's like a club team where like the top person gave it. What's Brazil, Germany? Yeah. So I think Brazil got a last goal like around the 90th minute, but they didn't even celebrate that because so sad. And somebody would joke around about that, like they went to the bathroom for 5 minutes, 6, like it was 1-0, and next thing you know it's 4-0, and you're like,
how long was I in there?
Yeah, Brazil couldn't control Germany's offense because they made them look so weak.
Yeah.
Like
it's hard to find any positives at 7-1. You scored once, but you lost by 6.
And I think even Germany was like taking risky shots, and they made one like risky shot where it was like, how did that even go in?
Yeah.
It was so lateral that like even the goalie was like, what is going on?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes when things are just going your way.
Wait, have you thought about a question of the day?
I don't know how to tie in a question of the day. Like, what country are you cheering for in the 2023 Women's World Cup? I don't know what the question of the day could be.
Who is...
Oh, your favorite sports player.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite athlete?
There you go. And I'm not looking to buying the sports cars.
Well, if everybody just says themselves, then you can't buy a sports car. But that's going to be the question of the day. Who is your favorite athlete? Who would you say yours is?
Lionel Messi. He is the living GOAT. He is, There's no LeBron versus Michael Jordan like thing. It's like Messi is on his own. There's a Messi and Cristiano, which there's not even that. There's honestly not even that. It's like Messi has it. It's like, titles and championships it might be, but I want to say most people say Messi is the all-time greatest.
Yeah.
But it's always that. Good comparison. I think that's what makes Cristiano want to like go in for more, because he knows he's like, well, right now he's currently second with golden balls. Balón de Oros.
Balón de Oros.
I think that's better than golden balls.
I think so too. It sounds better.
Yeah, stop saying golden balls.
Balón de Oros.
All right. Who's your favorite?
Mine's Shaquille O'Neal. He's a basketball player that retired. He's retired, but I did a book report on him in like 4th grade, and I just always liked him because he's a very tall guy who has a sense of humor. And he's got a Superman tattoo on his shoulder, and he has a Superman-shaped bed because he called himself Superman. But so I always just liked Shaq. So that's mine. Okay. But yeah, I mean, everybody let us know who your favorite athlete is. Any sport. If it's, I mean, I'm going to say obscure sport, but like cricket is the number 2 sport in the world. But give the athlete and the sport that they play. And you can either give these answers to us through the video that's on YouTube under Angel Corrado 2, or you can email it to us at talkmentuesday@gmail.com, and we can look through all of those then. And again, huge congratulations to Clint, who won the $3 grand prize from the Purple People Eater keyword last week. And so we might be sprinkling some more of those in while I still have money in my bank account, and keep going from there. So be sure to listen all the way to the end. But if you guys have any feedback for us, please let us know, whether it is in the comment section or in the email address, and we will look forward to looking through those and improving for you guys. But thank you, as always, for taking the time to listen to us. Hit that subscribe button. If you are following us on any of of the podcast platforms. We appreciate it. Shows us the love that you guys have for this, I guess, this duo that talks about things that we know nothing about.
Headline reading.
Yeah, headline reading. But stay safe, social distance. Angel and I are going to be meeting up in person this weekend for my bachelor party, so we will give you the full rundown, mostly full rundown come Monday, and we will look forward to talking to you guys more next week. But again, stay safe and peace.
Bye, guys.